We are live on TikTok, live on YouTube. Um, Let me get into where I can see your guys' comments here on TikTok. Keep in mind, like I said, I always say, I have an agenda to go through, but if you want me to look at specific stocks, throw it in there. Once I'm done with covering the SPY and how we traded that yesterday, then I will be happy to take a look. Um, First off, let's go to the SPY. I'm going to mute a lot of the stuff here so we can look at the candles alone. So let's go into our regular trading hours, and we'll go into the 2 minute. So you can see we have some lines that we drew here yesterday. This is what we were focusing on while we were trading. The big play of the day, guys, honestly, was this bull flag that we were calling in the room. So when we saw this market open drop, right, the market opened up. I did not take this particular call right here. We were just kind of waiting. We don't typically start trading till 9:45. It gives us about 15 minutes to assess the markets. Once we hit up here, this was a decent put. I know a few people took this put. I didn't take this put. I missed it, but I mean, we had called it in the room as the double top. You can see we even kind of threw a line here, but as it rejected off of this. So the moment it had this candle in rejection, a few people took it. I was busy talking, so it's okay. One of the things I noticed is I was talking about it in the room. I said, well, it kind of looked like we had an ugly looking, bull flag going on, right? So I had it marked down like this. And then when we were talking about it is we said, if we hold, as this one was coming down, I said, if we hold support, like let's jump into our call, right? And so we actually hit a call. A lot of us entered it right around here. Some people waited till the breakout, which is fine. And it broke out perfect, right? So it played out just absolutely perfect. We came to this situation here. I was actually talking about it. I put it in the room. Where was it? Yeah, you can see right here we had a little rounded top starting to form. On the shorter time frames, I had it stretched out like this, right? And so obviously it was as we started to kind of curl like this way, you can just see it was just resistance, 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 and then pull back, right? So I mean, it was a pretty easy setup on that one. So I literally did not trade much of this as far as my actual trades. I did trade the push here, and I did trade the fall here. So now, what's interesting is we got a pretty wild bounce at the end of the market, which likely trapped a whole bunch of people because we dropped, right? So none of us chase this. Hopefully, if you're in the community, you're not in this trade because we had talked about being done for the day. So I mean, it's 3 o'clock right around here, so it's not worth it. I mean, this was a great pump, great money if you caught that call, but it's pretty risky taking that. So, and you can see if you didn't take your profit, you would be stuck. But one of the key things I wanted to talk about, guys, is you can see when we had this push north here. I believe some people took the put here, but one of the things we were really looking at is, again, we have 3 points of bearish divergence. You have 1, 2, 3. You have your 1, 2, 3, right? And then that typically plays out. So that's how we played these different angles. Now, our Harmonic Tracker Pro did really well as well. We did have our long, we did have our short, and we did have a long call right here, which is plenty of room to take profit if you took that call. So, but that was pretty much our day. So let's talk about kind of where we're at, where we're going. I'm going to put on the extended hours. So you can see on the extended hours, let's go ahead and clear out these lines here. I always end up forgetting them. So when you look at the extended hours, the first thing is, people were talking about this push north here, right, in the room. We were following this falling wedge, which actually played out pretty well, right, because it as it came down, it retested this line, and that's what created the pump, and then we had a higher low, and then created a just absolute FOMO pump. But it wasn't enough to hold it, so we ended up dropping, right? So overnight. And so now we're sitting around this level here. I will tell you, just be really careful, right, on your calls today, because really even on your puts, because if we pull out to the 1 hour here, like I've said for some time, if you look at the 1 hour, let me mute this. You can see we're just kind of ranging on this upper spot right here, right? We're really close. I think it's 429.71 to falling down into this lower channel down here, which is similar to where we were here, right? So around 425 to 426, I think it's the next stop, right? If we were to break this this support level. So if we look at the 1 hour, we did get some bullish divergence here. We talked about this yesterday, I believe, and so that gave us that nice little push north. But we are red aiming back down, so we hit that kind of middle medium, and now we're aiming back down. So a lot of bad news in the news. My counter argument is that sometimes when the news gets a little too bad, it ends up good. So, don't chase the news just because the news says we're going down. So, we could easily, at this level, we could easily collapse down to this level here and just range there for a little bit. Just as easily, we could start to find some support, right, and have kind of a inverse head and shoulder on the side, side angle here. Which, if that's the case, then you're going to want to take this line here and just mark that. I mean, I would do it anyways, right? Because if we do find some support today, around 431.83 is going to be right where our resistance is going to hit. This line I'm just going to delete. And then if you take where we are now, right, and we pull this together like that, we have your fall and then a potential bear pennant, right, that might end up breaking out as well. So lot of indirection as far as up or down. It gave 3% risky. I'm not sure what that means. So if you're in the room, I mean, we're gonna follow the indicators. We're gonna trust what we see. Little minor support here. Obviously, the next support levels on our harmonics pretty low. Let's check the Bollinger in the zone. Yeah, so we just we continue to fight this SMA here. 430.84 is going to be a big number because you can see where we broke it here, but it just collapsed. So the anticipation for this, I would be more inclined that this is going to play out towards the downside if we weren't continually creating higher lows on our RSI. So again, in the room, we probably won't trade till about 9:45, and we'll wait to see how the market reacts to some of the opening, as well as some of the news. We had some news, I think, today and tomorrow. Plus Thursday, right, we have Powell talking again, so just it's always good to be aware of that, right? So if you guys want me to look at tech stocks, let me know. I want to show you, so in our room, for those that are watching on TikTok, we also do automation. And our automation, we set some live trader settings yesterday I wanted to share with you. It was pretty awesome. So this was the range that we played on the automation, and look at how it just freaking nailed that. So this was part of the TA that we had talked about yesterday in the huddle, in that range. And there was a couple of them that we left to take multiple trades. Truth be told, not intentionally, but the range actually played really well. So even this last call I actually got out as well in that little pump. So it was overall just an awesome day. So in that range. So we'll do it again. We did set up our ATA range. If you're part of the community, you guys know what that range is. We do a little more detailed analysis of the market. If you guys are interested at all, just go to botjock.com and check it out. John's working now. Awesome. I'm trying to load I minimized my TikTok so I couldn't see your questions. One day we'll look at Tesla 244. That's funny. Oh, okay, John, thanks. I'll take a look at that. It did. It did. Okay. I'll fix that and I'll put that. I'll edit that. Good deal. Um. All right, guys. So let's take a look, I guess, at the dollar. So dollar, it broke that level we were talking about. Interesting, right? This is a key level. So if we hold support above this, it's gonna pump. Markets are going down if that happens. Yeah, dollar's in a pretty bullish area right now. Yeah, VIX is just ranging, so a little high. We do have a little bearish gap fill, but that's on the 2-minute on the VIX. But we definitely have some downside potential in the VIX, which could push us more north. So, I'll tell you guys, and I guess we'll use this as a training lesson. I know every day everybody's always looking for, are we going up, are we going down? And sometimes it's clear, right? We're going up, or sometimes it's clear we're going down. Yesterday, my call is that we would be fairly more bullish than bearish, and I think we did okay. Right? We played that out pretty well. So if you think about how we scalp in the room, right? I mean, this was the day, so that ended up fairly bullish. Overnight is where it crashed back down. Today, I'm not really feeling quite as bullish, but it just depends, guys. So today's not really as clear of a day for me, because we are at a support line here that could hold, and if it holds, we're going north. However, if this 21 squeezes down and squeezes it, and we pop this 429.60, we're dropping, and probably in a big way. So not super duper clear on that. So if you're in the community, we'll pivot and make some adjustments as we trade in the room. Bitcoin's doing a whole lot of netting. Like I told you guys, that this right here looks to me very bearish. You have a nice little bounce here. So for Bitcoin, you could take a little micro trend line on those 2 points there, and if it breaks this level, right, then you'll complete this side. I think it's going to complete this area here, is my thoughts. So yeah, exactly. The thing about that, Pablo, is that and John, you you can back me up. When there's nothing but bad news, when there starts to become bad news, it's good for the shorts and the puts. When the news becomes too bad, like there's too much, and it seems like Armageddon's about to hit, the markets usually bounce north. Their job is to not tell you how to make money. It's to get the hedge funds to be richer. So they're going to tell you the markets are about to crash, we're going to the floor, and then next thing you know, all the hedge funds flip, they all take calls, and we pump north, right? So, and all the retailers get wrecked because, overall the news has been pretty terrible, and the economy has been pretty terrible for some time, but yet we somehow managed to get back up to 450 on the SPY, right? And so, my thing is I've talked about this back here, is we had our push, we had our fall, we had our push, right? We had our fall. I would like to see us come a little bit lower, 425, before I become ready for a reversal. But that's just me. I mean, other than that, we're on the downside of things. So, but it can turn quickly. So, wish I had a more clear view for you guys today, but I don't. So, the ranges, if you're in the room, you guys know, we had set out these ranges for you guys. We'll probably just play those ranges. I'll adjust that contract before the market opens, John, on that, so appreciate it. Real tough. Makes no sense for markets to be this red. Yeah, it but you have to also remember that those reports are not they're usually already forecasted ahead, so they're more leading. But like I said, in our room we scalp, and so I know sometimes when people get on here they get confused as to what I'm saying or what we do. We don't necessarily put in long-term trades, 30, 60-day type trades. We do scalping. Most of our contracts are 1 to 4 days. We're in, we're out. That's how we make our money. So keep it simple. Like I said, guys, if you're in the room, you can go to Market Review. I'm sorry, Market Insights, and I have that listed in there for the updates as far as the ranges that we're playing today. If you are not part of the room and you want to check it out, all you gotta do is go to bodjock.com. Looks like that. Create an email address and you can check us out. So that's kind of all I got today, guys. It's a really short huddle, unless anybody wants me to look at anything else specific. Otherwise, I'm gonna end the room a little bit early today, I guess, and I'll open up the live trading floor, guys, at 9:15. I do have some meetings and stuff today, but I can stick around till about maybe 10:30 today, and then we'll try to get some good settings and get some good trades in the morning. So appreciate you guys' time. I'm gonna end it a little bit early here. See you in the room soon.